The controversy surrounding Turning Point USA has exploded into one of the most divisive internal conflicts the conservative movement has seen in years. At the center of it all are Candace Owens and Erika Kirk, the widow of the late Charlie Kirk. What began as whispers about questionable optics has now grown into full-scale accusations involving millions of dollars, leaked audio, grieving optics, and a fractured inner circle. The spark that reignited everything was an audio recording released by Candace. According to her, the clip came from a staff meeting held just days after Charlie's death. In it, Erika can allegedly be heard enthusiastically discussing merchandise sales and celebrating what she described as a massively successful event.
I don't even know where to begin. The fact that we were able to pull off an event of a century, like, it's just insane. Is it 100 million? I think we're at like over 200,000 for merch sales. Don't quote me on that because I think it just keeps like bumping up like crazy. But
on its surface, the audio doesn't contain explicit wrongdoing. It sounds like a leader praising her team. But critics argue that context is everything. The timing, so soon after Charlie's passing, made the tone feel jarring to many listeners. Social media reacted immediately.
In her husband's book. Then a video comes out and she's giggling 2 weeks after he passed, and she's talking about merchandise sales. I mean, she could have done the Jackie
Kirk's funeral, the event of the century, in the new leaked audio that Candace Owens posted is crazy.
The clip spread rapidly across platforms, dissected frame by frame. Some users claimed Erika appeared overly cheerful in a related video, smiling and emphasizing how quickly merchandise numbers were climbing. Others pushed back, arguing that running a large organization requires composure, even in grief. The divide was immediate and intense. Candace, however, didn't stop at criticizing optics. She escalated her claims, alleging that since Charlie's death, Turning Point USA had generated more than $100 million in merchandise sales alone. She further claimed that an additional $40 million had been raised at a Mar-a-Lago gala event.
USA, since Charlie was killed, just so you guys know, this is a fact, has made more than $100 million. That is separate from the $40 million they made at Mar-a-Lago the other night. So since Charlie has died, that organization has taken in $140 million. But gosh darn you people that are making hundreds of dollars every day on YouTube.
These numbers, if accurate, would represent an extraordinary financial surge within a short time frame. The accusations didn't end there. Memorial-themed merchandise reportedly appeared on the organization's website almost immediately after Charlie's death. Tribute shirts featuring symbolic imagery and religious references sold quickly. Multiple designs were released within weeks. Supporters saw this as a way for followers to honor Charlie's legacy. Critics viewed it as commercialization of tragedy. Adding fuel to the fire were reports of a GoFundMe campaign that allegedly raised millions of dollars. Combined with high-priced fundraising dinners, some reportedly charging up to $10,000 per plate, critics began questioning whether grief had become intertwined with aggressive revenue generation. One of Candace's most pointed criticisms focused on leadership. Erika stepped into the CEO role at Turning Point USA shortly after Charlie's death. Candace argued that this move was rushed and strategically shielded Erika from scrutiny. According to that perspective, questioning the new CEO could easily be framed as attacking a grieving widow. Others countered that leadership continuity is critical for large organizations, and that someone needed to step in quickly to stabilize operations. As public debate intensified, another development deepened the controversy. Reports that Charlie's sister, Mary, had concerns about financial transparency within the organization. Allegations surfaced that certain tax filings or audit documents were missing. It was also claimed that Charlie himself had initiated an internal audit before his death, but never received the findings. These claims, while not independently verified in the narrative, intensified suspicions among critics. The situation became even more volatile when stories emerged about a reenactment of the tent where Charlie was shot, allegedly displayed at a public event with paid photo opportunities. For some observers, that crossed a line from memorialization into spectacle. For others, it was a dramatic tribute intended to reinforce the gravity of the loss and Charlie's impact. Throughout the storm, Erika has largely remained silent. That silence has been interpreted in two drastically different ways. Supporters argue that she is focusing on her children and the organization during an unimaginably difficult time. Detractors claim the absence of a detailed response speaks volumes, especially as financial questions continue circulating. Meanwhile, Candace maintains that she saw warning signs long before the audio leak. She claims she had previously raised concerns about financial priorities and what she perceived as a growing focus on monetization. Erika, in past appearances, reportedly accused Candace of spreading conspiracies for profit and told her to stop.
I'm a friend of Charlie's, at one time an employee of Turning Point. She has been one of the main peddlers of these conspiracies, and she is making a huge amount of money on it. She is building her business off of these lies. What do you want to say to her and the other people that are putting these lies out into the world right now?
Stop. That's it. That's all I have to say. Stop.
That public friction laid the groundwork for the current clash. The broader issue at stake is not simply whether merchandise was sold or funds were raised. Nonprofits frequently fundraise after the death of a prominent leader. Memorial merchandise, tribute events, and fundraising campaigns are not uncommon. The core question is one of intent, transparency, and proportionality. Were these efforts standard organizational responses to sustain operations and honor a founder's legacy? Or were they structured in a way that prioritized revenue above all else? Public perception has become the battleground. The optics of enthusiastic sales discussions shortly after a death can appear insensitive, even if the underlying operations are legitimate. In the digital age, tone is often judged more harshly than substance. A smile at the wrong moment can overshadow spreadsheets, accounting reports, and internal procedures. Another key dimension is trust. Turning Point USA built its brand around grassroots energy and loyalty. If supporters begin to suspect financial opacity, the damage could extend far beyond a single controversy. Conversely, if allegations prove exaggerated or unfounded, internal attacks could fracture alliances and weaken the broader movement. The involvement of family members complicates matters further. When criticism comes from within a founder's own circle, it carries emotional weight. Yet family disagreements can also be shaped by grief, differing visions, or internal power struggles. Without independent verification of financial claims, much of the debate remains rooted in narrative and interpretation. At this stage, the controversy exists in a space between accusation and proof. The leaked audio establishes tone, not theft. Revenue claims generate shock, but not necessarily wrongdoing. Charlie's family was stunned. To them, it wasn't just the merch or the money. It felt like Erika had made it all about profit, with no thought for the people who loved him. Each new report, each leaked receipt, only made the situation worse. And yet, Erika stayed silent, letting the questions hang in the air. Now, the real concern isn't whether Erika went too far. It's whether all of this was happening openly, while everyone just turned a blind eye. And once the trail of money is fully exposed, this story goes far beyond shirts and merchandise.